What's up, Battlefield people? How goes it today on this NCAA Championship Monday? As you are about to see in this video, I'm going to show you the one and only use for jets in the console. As you can see, I just jumped in a jet, flew over to point B, flew out of it, and proceeded to parachute into point B and claim it before anybody else has a chance to get to C or to A. Now, this pisses a lot of people off, and I don't really see why, because in my opinion, jets on console are useless. Sure, you can kill a few things here and there with them, but probably in 130 hours of gameplay, I've been killed a grand total of maybe 20 times, and that's including all the times that people have been running into me on purpose while I flew a chopper. So it's not exactly like they're, setting the world on fire in terms of, their capabilities on console. Now on PC, yeah, they're pretty superbly powered, and they're a really viable option on PC. Where there's more people and things of that nature. It really opens up a lot more options, and I feel like they've got a lot better controllability on the PC version. You see people, and obviously I suck on PC, so I can't really commentate on how the controls work because I'm too afraid to fly them on the PC. But the controls themselves are somewhat lacking on the controls or on console in my opinion. But you see videos of really good pilots on PC, and they have all the movement options in the world going left and right to lead targets and things of that nature, and it just doesn't seem like that the same thing exists on console from my experience with them. I've only got like 2 kills completely with jets, and that was probably both happened in the first week of release. But I just feel like the jets, this game would be better served with only 12 on 12 to really cut down on the amount of people in vehicles. I just feel like jets are kind of out of place in this game. And I'm speeding the gameplay up a little bit here because I got a lot of time between the deaths. So trying to cut down on the time a little bit. But anyway, the jets in my opinion are not so good. It just feels to me like they take 2 people out of combat that could be fighting for objectives or points, and in my experience the team that has the fewest people waiting on jets to respawn is usually the team that wins. And the people that I play with rarely getting jets, and we win a lot. And that's not saying that random pubbers don't get in the jets themselves, but I'm sure there's people flying jets, but just in my opinion they're just not really good for the overall scheme of things on Conquest. And if you start becoming a fan of my channel, you'll notice that mostly all I play is Conquest, and I'm just not a big Rush fan. It just seems to me like it's more of a camping style objective. Some people could argue that Conquest is the same type thing. Yes, people and snipers lay off in the middle of nowhere and try to snipe people that claim points and actually try to claim objectives, but it seems like it's a lot worse on Rush, especially when they know there's choke points and places that people have to go. So I'm a big fan of Conquest, the true Battlefield, the original Battlefield, game type. So that's kind of my opinion on jets, and you're going to see some tank play in this. And tomorrow was patch day for the Xbox 360. We got a little bit of surprising news late this afternoon that Zento and some of the Battlefield developers announced that the long-awaited patch is coming out for 360. And got some mixed feelings about that, because on one hand I'm kind of glad that the USAS is getting its just due, and on the other hand it sounds like from hearing a lot of people talk that they probably ruined or made worse more than they fixed. So I thought the game was in pretty good shape before. I was excited about some tweaks and some fixes, and there's definitely some stuff in the game that needs to be tweaked and adjusted, but I'm not the end-all be-all decider of what that is. We got a kamikaze C4 here running at us, shot in the face. But the game definitely needs some work, and I've already heard that they're reviewing notes and stuff from people according to what feedback they've gotten already. So maybe there'll be another patch in the works pretty quickly, but only Battlefield knows the true answer to that. Which brings me to my next topic, which is today is NCAA Championship night. And if anybody is wondering, I'm from the great state of Kentucky. Probably noticed by my southern accent that I was from somewhere in the south, and my beloved Kentucky Wildcats are playing in the championship game tonight. So I need to wish them luck. I hope they bring home the title, and it would hurt a lot to lose to to Kansas because they're one of my least favorite schools. Usually, not a big Louisville fan, obviously, not a big Duke, North Carolina, and Kansas fan either. But it could be worse. I would rather they lose to Kansas than Louisville or Duke or North Carolina, but Kansas would probably be fourth on the list. So I feel like Kentucky has a superior team, but you never know. Anything can happen when you get into a one and done, win or go home situation. So if somebody gets in foul trouble, something like that, it could spell disaster for Kentucky. But anyway, you're probably here wanting Battlefield commentary if you're here to watch. And like I said, patch days in the morning. I won't have an opportunity to try it out because I do have a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5 job every day, so I won't get to try it out until tomorrow night. But planning on jumping on, and with the new patch coming out, I'm sure some of my buddies that you see here, Honey Badger and AK Miles, they'll be all game for trying out some of the new stuff. I just hope the game hasn't changed too much from what we've all kind of grown accustomed and used to. So, the patch coming out really makes a lot of excitement, but then again also worries me because of all the complaints. So I guess time will tell for the 360 users. And right here, there's an interesting thing right there. Whenever reviewing this video, I really thought we were dead. If you look on the little mini map there, you see the red marks of what we thought were mines behind us. But upon reviewing this footage, I noticed that it was C4 actually dropped from the guy that I killed up on top of the roof. But whenever me and Badger were playing in the game, we thought we were both toast whenever we drove over that, and it didn't explode because we thought they were AT mines. But and looking back on it, I guess that's one of the advantages of being able to record your gameplay. You kind of see things that you maybe didn't see before. And looking at the footage, I saw that I should have saw the guy trying to drop C4 on top of us. I should have saw him a lot earlier than that. I've usually got a pretty keen eye about picking up movement and finding people and using the little mini map. Proximity scan, which I think is one of the best perks for the tank. Usually really good about spotting enemies before which direction they're coming from, but I completely missed that guy and he just about dropped C4 on top of us, but we avoided it somehow and managed to kill him and still rolling in the tank. And the tank is one of the things that I've heard getting the most complaints about in the new patch. They have completely made them paper mache from everything that I've heard. They go from being vehicles that were not overpowered. I don't think anybody really had any complaints about how strong tanks were, but they're strong. They should be strong. They're covered in 6-inch steel. They're made for taking a lot of damage. But now I'm told that, and I've read on the boards that 1 and 2 rockets, or even a javelin, 2 javelins completely takes a tank from 100% to exploded. So definitely some nerfage that has went on in the tank, which I haven't had any hands-on with it, but from reading, I think that sounds a little bit too skewed going the opposite direction. Another big complaint I'm reading is that the suppression has been ramped up to the point where it's just almost absurd how easily you're suppressed now, making it hard to shoot enemies that are in and around you. And this is one of the most underused things. You see me right here. I popped to the 3rd seat because we were being circled by a helicopter, and if you use the guided missile for your gunner, the primary gunner, you can pop to that 3rd seat and missile lock or lock on, and he can hit a guided shell that can't be flared, which is fixed in the next patch. But it was something that you could get rid of a pesky helicopter that was giving you fits. You could designate him up and let your primary gunner switch to guided shells and completely own them with absolutely nothing they can do about it. And a little broke, but it wasn't something that you knew when it was happening. If you flared and the missile didn't stop coming at you and you didn't bail, you got killed on your own accord. So this video's starting to wrap up here. We're just cleaning up point A. I think I get 1 or 2 more guys here and finish 13-1. One of the things about console is it's very slow gameplay compared to the PC, and it's not necessarily anybody's fault other than it's just what the systems are capable of. So 13-1, an MVP, great game, some good tank play. Had a good tank driver. He only had 1 kill, but all in all, pretty good. Thanks for watching.